Morning,
or
morning.
afternoon. And Happy New Year, Naveen.
Yeah, happy New Year to you too, man. How are things?
Yeah, I feel reborn. I like took a good week off, so I'm ready to smash 2021. So
Oh, it's good, man. It's good. It's good.
yeah. And you did you have a nice um, Christmas and New Year?
Yeah. I just relaxed. I spent it at home. I just sat outside, watched the fireworks. So it was just chill.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So just waiting for these guys to join as well. Lucas and Ian. Ian's probably gonna be 5 minutes or something because he's outside.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
joining from his phone then.
No. He's outside, as in like he said he had to go outside for like 10, 15 minutes to run some
Ah,
errands. So
okay,
he
okay.
should be back any moment now.
I was like, you said yesterday, like I'm gonna start a call early in Frankfurt, prior to Frankfurt. So I was like, I think I had like 5 hours of sleep because I thought by myself, I don't want to miss it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Frankfurt for me is at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then last night, just at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm updating a post on Elite saying there's some trades getting ready right now. So I couldn't wake up way too early, but I did get some sleep. But
Yeah, that the Euro New Zealand it looks like it's gone, or it's on its way down to the recent lows.
yeah, so
Give it a nice pullback.
let's have a look at that. Okay, I'll put thing there. Euro New Zealand. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, so this is what I was looking to do on this. Now, I wanted the price to come up a little bit higher. Unfortunately, I didn't get that. This is the best he could do, but I didn't expect it to leave before London. It left actually in Asia
Yeah,
market.
maybe because yeah, some Euro news released, but it moved prior to the Euro news also. So
Yeah.
uh, maybe it is from New Zealand. Um,
By the way, how are you liking your monitor and stuff? Is it better for?
oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like a world of difference. Yeah. So like I really appreciate it, and the screen is like I used to like only trade on my laptop and a secondary monitor as my tablet, but
Okay,
now it's like the screen is like 2 times as big. So
nice.
yeah, 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 it's like the third eye opened. So
Okay. Lucas just messaged saying he's joining right now. All right. All right. So yeah, was waiting for a pullback to come in a bit higher, but so here's a couple of things that makes a difference. I'm gonna do a screen sharing of a whiteboard. Okay, let me know when you see the circle.
yep,
Okay, what happens when you get a reversal?
prolonged range consolidation.
Okay, prolonged range. How do you enter something like this?
We either wanna wait. I can actually annotate.
Mhm.
Annotate. We either want a test towards the trap,
Yeah.
or it breaks and we take the underside.
Okay, good. So this part right here, that's the part I want you to focus on, because if this is happening, you always need to understand things from a top-down approach. Okay? If this is
Mhm.
your 4-hour chart and it did this, what do you think it's going to look like on the 60? On the 60, we might not see this portion, right? We might just see like that. So when he does this, it might look like, oh, it's pulling back. I should sell it. But you know that any moment he can jump up to here as for the 4 hours, but on the 60 or the 15, we have no idea.
Yeah.
It looks like, it's a pullback. Let me sell that. It should be okay. But it's not okay. It's very, very dangerous because the context is all wrong. Oh, Ian's here.
Hi, Ian.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, great. Happy New Year, Ian.
Yeah, you too.
I can see you went out to Maldives.
Yeah, just outside the back door yet.
Lucas is just stepping in as well, he says. All right. So yeah, so the top-down approach is very, very important. By the way, I've recorded this thing as well, just in case. I think Henning said he wanted to see these recordings also. So we'll just put them up on Vimeo and then they can be available to watch anytime. Okay.
Cool.
I'll put them in the FX meeting group, these recordings, so it can just be easily watched. All right. So yeah. So if we think of things like that and saying that, okay, it's gonna refresh. Excuse me 1 second. Listen. Can you get me a coffee if you can, or ice latte if you can? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there he is. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi, Lucas.
Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
So are you also flying to visit Ian in Maldives?
Yeah. Was about to land in Dubai and don't let me land, so I have to,
Sure. All right, cool. All right, let's take a look at this now. Okay, so in this context, then, if we look at it, if I open up just the 4 hours, right?
You're still in?
No, I didn't catch this one. I did. I'm still in the Swiss franc yen, but not this.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm missing trades left, right, and center.
Yeah. It's there's some, but these ones cannot be catched. This happened in the night in Asia.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 a.m. my time.
Yeah, it's like, I think Japan Open or something. So anyways, as this thing goes up, every time a market moves down substantially, okay, substantially means more than 2 or 3 legs. We don't want to join in on the next pullback. This pullback here, that's a trade for someone on the 15 or 60, right? They will lose that sell. It's not going to work because it's too overextended, because the move started here. After a major pullback, it started going down, down, down. So the later you join the movement, the more dangerous it becomes. So it needs a proper refresh. So this had refreshed, and I had seen it into multiple legs, into a good area. And now we do candle formations. Candle formation is without changing time frames. The first thing you want to do is, if you say this is a good area, the first thing you want to see is reaction. Okay, so the reaction, would you say there's a reaction from that line? Yeah. So how do we know there's a reaction? Is because we have a huge green bar, but then there's a huge tail on top. Does that mean it's a sell? It just means this powerful up move just slowed down. Someone hit it. So stand by. Let's see one more candle to see what it's trying to tell us. Next one, full red bar. What does that mean? Yeah, it's a rejection from the line. But this time, it's not just a slowdown. It's almost a reversing the last candle. What happens in an A reversal?
Oh.
Sideways, you can only get in if you get a spike up, right? So the next candle indicates yet one more green bar, but with a rejection on top. It's around that time when you can say, okay, I've seen this candle. I have seen this candle. You have to let 8 hours pass. Only then can you say, I will switch time frames. And then you go to the 60 and you say, I'm curious to see what happened. And here you are on the 60. Okay. On the 60, here is that rejection. Here is that big red bar you see on the 4 hours. And the following move, sideways, with a pop up and a dramatic move down. Okay. I put the area a little bit higher. I was like, it's not going to go now. I mean, London is the next day. But apparently they don't want anything to do with London anymore. They don't like Brexit. It's like they're moving in Asia now. They're like, Asia's the new tomorrow. But in other news, Jack Ma is missing.
Huh?
Apparently Jack Ma is missing. I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but they're saying the Chinese government like took away Jack Ma. He's gone. Yeah. It's like imagine
Who's that?
Elon Musk going, the guy who made Alibaba, the billionaire. Yeah, he's a huge businessman, like massive. His stocks are really good too in the stock exchange. One second, I'll do it real quick. Here we go.
Missing, like nowhere to be found.
2
Missing.
months now. Yeah.
What?
Chinese billionaire vanished. So, maybe Ian, you got to look around. He's somewhere there in Belgium. He's just high from New Year's, and just no one has found him. You know, like,
Maybe he's stuck on a plane like me.
yeah, it's like I can't land anywhere. All right, so yeah, so that's the situation for Euro New Zealand, right? So it's on its way down. Now, when it's on its way down, we generally have 2 legs. Down, down, it's over. There's no more, nothing else you can do. It's game over at that point. Okay, now, same thing. Remember earlier when I was saying the movement down started from up here? Don't get involved in if it's too far away, don't get involved. This is too far away. But this looks like a pullback for many people. But you need to know that from up here to down here is all one piece. And that pullback is too shallow. It's 5%, right? So when that pullback comes in, even though it comes in with legs and you can read it, it's like, I don't know. But when that pullback tries to go down, that's the main part. He goes down once, twice, and fails. Half moon. You guys remember the half moon, full moon concepts? Yeah. So the full moon would be, that's a refresh. Half moon is that refresh failed to perform. Okay. So the circle means we got a deeper pullback finally. And the half moon is, but then it failed. So after a deeper pullback, if it attempts to go and it fails, that's when we say, oh, we have a higher low. It's official, which means this time frame can no longer solve this chart. It's just cannot. It's impossible. That means you have to go up a time frame to solve it. So if we go up to the 4 hours, then we see, okay, as per the 4 hours, he's come up 1 leg, 2 legs, right? Did I not delete all this? Oh, let me remove the lines. He's come up 2 legs for a deeper pullback, which is good. Okay, right? So if this is the down move, that's a nice pullback, 50%. So he's come up in 2 legs for a pullback. But the reason why we say go to the 4 hours and not the 60 is you need to wait for this candle to close. You need to wait for this candle to close. And you need to wait for this candle to start forming to make a decision. In the 60, what do I do? Nothing? Okay. So decline it? Okay. Okay. So on the 60, someone might look at this very quickly and saying, okay, I'm going to enter. And it might be too dangerous because the next candle can easily go up. So it's a top-down approach. If you understand what the higher time frame is doing, then you can know what can I do on the lower time frame. Then you can know what can I do on a time frame lower. But if you try to catch the big move from a time frame lower without letting that thing develop, then it's all losses. So that patience meter is required, is to let it develop, give it the candle close time. Yeah. Otherwise, no one's going to hit this from the 4 hours. They're all going to think green candle, really strong, stand by. So if you want their support, you need to see what they see, you know. Okay. So that was the Euro New Zealand. I still think it needed a deep pullback, but it's already come down a lot. If we look at it from technically, the whole move started here. It's come down, deep pullback, come down, deep pullback. Now it's come down. Even if it comes back, do we want to sell it again?
No, we need the higher price because the daily is taking it.
Correct. So either it's just going to keep tumbling down, which is fine, and make a new low, or from this perspective, this down move, refresh, half moon. It failed to make a lower low. And actually, maybe I'm confusing you guys by doing it like that. I should take you guys up to a daily so you guys can see it. There we are on the daily. Okay. This is how I came up with this pair. Is you see this daily move from here to here? Has there ever been a refresh? It's just been going down, pull back down, pull back down, pull back down. Now, is this a refresh? No. So this line is not true. The line is here. That's the huge movement top to bottom. Then it does a refresh, which is multiple legs up, right? That refresh is now in motion to say, can I make a lower low? I didn't grab it up there. I didn't grab it over there, but I don't trade the daily. So I looked at this as, this is the final attempt left. If we didn't grab it up here, definitely don't grab anything down here. Because now you know in the perspective of things, as a 60-minute trader, where you would be in that story, you're in the death trap right now. If you do any little pullback for a sell, it's going to get crushed. Or high chances of getting crushed. Right? Make sense? So always keep a top-down approach. What I'm going to be doing on the weekends, generally, I'm going to start making a list of the pairs that you need to look out for from the higher time frame perspective. Even if you keep it as simple as, I'm just going to trade what Naveen has said from the higher time frame on a lower time frame, knowing that perspective, then you can take all the 60 minutes you want in this process, because there'll be tons of 60 minutes in there, and then be like, okay, for the whole week, I had like 5, 6 60-minute trades. It was good money. I'm done. And you don't need to look at anything else that's not on. Okay. So this part right here is developing. This part right here is on. Okay. So that's the language we're going to use. Circle means it's a refresh. Half moon means after the refresh, he's tried a couple legs down and there are signs of failure, like he's unable to make new lows. That's where we get a half moon. So if you ever see that design, it means it's no longer working. It's a higher time frame is kicking in, and I'll explain what the half moon means. So on your higher time frame, you might be right there, which means he probably just needs to do one more leg up for a deeper pullback, and then it'll go. So you just sold the divider. That's why it's not performing. But that's okay. It's still good money. You still make money off of it. It's just you don't need to keep looking at all the time frames, right? Make sense? Okay. Okay. We'll practice this over and over again as many times as needed throughout the month, while also looking at the trade calls, what there is in play. So now this Aussie CAD, I was hesitant to post this. Now, as per the daily, we're up in the sky, right? Okay, so I'm aware that left to right is an uptrend. Okay. I'm not a daily trader, right? So now let's take a look at this on the 4 hours and seeing what's the story here. As per the 4 hours, here's a pullback that I can see. You and I, we can see this. I can see the legs down. That's a pullback. It goes up. It's a refresh here too, but that's a 20% refresh. Then it's a refresh here, which is 100%. Then a refresh here, which is 50%. They're all working. Goes up, 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 up. Then a refresh here, 50%. And then it takes off. Huh, interesting. Is it parabolic or is it working? Maybe it's working. 50% pullback again. Multiple legs. All right, start developing. Let's see if there's something we can do. So that 50% pullback, the first time he comes down, he slams down with a gap. Okay, anything we can do there? Does that mean buy? No, it's too strong. We want to see what happens at this level. We need to see that on this time frame, no changing time frames. Okay, otherwise you'll get killed. It reacts. Okay, so we got our first reaction, the green bar. We're like, okay, it's slowed down. Whenever you get a reaction, it just means it's slowed down. It doesn't mean a buy is started. You got to slow it down and then buyers can take over. Right? So he slowed down. Next candle. It's red, but it has a tail on the bottom, which means it's still seller's candle, but there's a pretty big tail on it. Buyers are still around. They're slowing it down even further. Next candle is green, but sell pressure. Okay. Next candle, doji. Okay. Things are good now. Now you can go up to a lower time frame. You see how long this you have to wait? 1, 2, 3, 4. 16 hours you had to wait before saying, go to the 60, get ready. But imagine saying, I need to go to the 60 right now. Then all of this is a stop loss. Make sense? Okay, so let's now go down to the 60 and let's see what happened. So at the level, markets come down nice and smooth. Okay, slows down towards the end. This area starts slowing down, reacts really, really aggressively. V reversal. Generally, what are we expecting? Sideways. And then a pop down. It's game on. So when I saw this in the night, I was like, oh, that's it. It's on its way. So if I go back to the 4 hours and take a look at this, here we are. Oh, sorry. How many legs up so far?
One.
One. This might still go and make a higher high. So that's what we're looking to see what's happening. Is it gonna proceed to make new highs?
So on the daily, if it's not really pulling back, but on the 240, it has done its refresh. It's still fine to join the buys, although it's so damn high.
Yeah, because if you're a smaller time frame trader, you keep buying it, right? Because what's going to happen is as you start buying it, eventually you're going to get 2 legs up, 3 legs up, can't perform, half moon. That means the daily is starting to pull back now. But you got to keep going with it, because how many times have you seen this happen where it just, and then it keeps going, and then it keeps going, and then it keeps going.
So because on the 240, every time it refreshes, it keeps going, then it's still okay to do the buys.
Yeah, you just got to be aware of it. That like it's been buying since down here from the daily perspective, and it hasn't refreshed, which means for the daily guys, he's never pulled back ever. Right? So since he's never pulled back, we're expecting prices to come down to these type of levels, right? 50%, 40, 50% for those guys to say, give me a discount, damn it. So they're not getting anything. So if they're not getting anything, that means we need to be on our toes of like, if there's a doubt, take it. Take the money, run away, because they might step in and do a refresh. But if you're seeing smooth sailing like this, like try to stick with it for at least 2 legs. Okay, and so why 2 legs? Why do we not exit if it reaches resistance? Why do we want 2 legs?
Because it's almost the opposite of the half moon concept on the flip side.
Yeah. So what happens when you have a multiple legs up? We say, give me a refresh, right? Like if I want to join this buy, give me a refresh, which means at least 2 legs down and I'll buy it. What if I flip this on you and I say 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs? We buy it, but what if it's a seller? He will say, I don't want to sell it down here. Give me a 2-legged minimum refresh, I'll sell it.
Yeah.
He's going to get ready to sell there. So we need to allow it at least this distance for us to make that complete money, because we know they're not going to step in on the first leg, not when it's coming at that kind of speed. Right? We would not sell that, right? We'd be like, oh no, let it slow down. Like this is way too fast. So yeah, we ourselves would wait. That 2 legs allows us to see, is it slowing down? Is it dying? Can we sell it? So that's why the 2-leg concept of stand by for at least 2 legs, hold on with all your might and soul. Cool. So yeah, I had marked all of these things. None of them worked out for me. It's like, I woke up in the morning, it's like, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. I was like, why do I ever sleep?
Yeah, Euro Yen as well.
Was Euro Yen the other one? Euro Yen, I didn't have it. Euro Yen, actually, you'll be surprised. You see how Euro Yen looks? So here's an up move. Where's the refresh? Here, right?
Yeah.
From the refresh, 2 legs up. Does he make a higher high?
Yes.
So there's no need for a half moon. It wins. It's on its way. It's performing well. He reaches up here. Where's the next refresh?
Right after that. Yeah.
Right? But that's a half moon. That means from this moment onwards, the 4-hour cannot solve this. It doesn't belong to them. The chart is dead. You cannot find a solution on this trade, at least for a trending state, because now you have a lower high right here. That half moon is your lower high. Okay, which means you've invited sellers to come in. All right, so it's a big mess here. So this guy wanted to sell it. Let me show you here. I'm talking to Dave on this one. He was talking about Euro Yen. He took New Zealand USD yesterday, but where the hell is it? Euro Yen. Yeah, was talking Euro Yen sell too. So these ones are really risky. I had to even talk to him about it. Be like, that's a little bit dangerous. Don't do that, you know. But avoid these type of trades, at least for now. At least for now. I can teach you guys that edge, but it's not worth putting size on. Okay, but in due time, all these other edges in due time. Okay, Euro New Zealand. Okay, that's the one we just saw, New Zealand yen. Okay, now, is this a refresh for the 4 hours or the 60?
4 hours.
4 hours, right? Because it's never pulled back in this whole thing. This I can see, I can read two-legged pullback, but that's what? From here to here, that's like a 10% pullback. I'm not interested in that. So I know no other professional is saying, I want to buy that, because they don't buy, they're not in the business of buying things that are expensive. They must buy things that are ultra cheap. Okay, the deal. So when he comes in here, 50% for this whole move as one piece in a multiple leg fashion, now we're saying, let's do our best to now read this as, can I buy that? So full red bar, but has a tail. Okay, we got a reaction, but stand by. It's slowing down. Next candle. Turns green, but has a tail on top. Seller pressure, but slowing down. You can now begin the move to a lower time frame if you want. Now you have doji. However, after the doji, it runs away.
To zero or so again.
But it runs away. It doesn't take off from here. So let's investigate this. Is this trade gone, or is it just an illusion and it's going to smash right back down and then go? And then everybody on a lower time frame is dead. We'll find out. Let's check. What just happened? Okay, so he came down full speed. We saw this part. Then we saw this part where it was a green candle, but it had a tail on top. Then we saw the doji, which was this portion, right? And then it took off. It just left. If things take off like that, you have to just think to yourself, if I can't get in, I'm pretty certain no other big boy got in. It's just a whole bunch of chasers. They got into it thinking it's the first time there was a pullback. I want to get in before everybody else gets in. So there are a bunch of traders like that who know a little bit. And when they know a little bit, they jump in. It's good money. But now prices are not filled, which means this, and this is possible. It's very well possible. Okay, the next thing. Yeah, one more thing on this part.
Yeah, of course.
From this moment, when he crashes down, what just happened right now when he runs away? What does this look like?
V.
A V reversal. What happens in a V reversal?
Hold.
Hold.
Spike down.
That might, so this is called primary. This is the primary. No one can get the primary. None of us should be trading the primary. It's not possible to trade it. This would be secondary. Once you're in on the secondary, 2 legs, not from the 60, 4 hours.
Yeah, I was actually waiting for this scenario to play out. I actually drew it in the FX trade, so that's
good.
really not.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, but sometimes if it actually slows down here, like in this area, and he does this, he'll just go. You'll get your leg 2 up there, and you'll never get a chance to get these low prices. That's why you have to do your best to trade the primary. Okay.
Yeah.
The primary and the secondary thing, it's sometimes it's hard to say live, right? Because like what you drew just now,
Yeah.
or something like that, right? It could be that this is the primary and this is the secondary.
No, because okay, so if we look at it from the 4 hours perspective, if we say this is our area, right? And how do we know this is the area?
It's a logical SNR.
It's a logical SNR, but you have to test it like this. Use the indicator called fixed range. Okay, I'll show you where to find it. You go into your volume profile and click fixed range. Yeah.
There's actually a easier shortcut. If you go to the left and then go to the wait, let me annotate. It's easier. Go to here or no, to this one.
Okay.
And then it says
Here.
fixed range volume profile and favorite that.
Sweet. Okay. Where's my? Here it is. Ha. Cool. Thanks, man. All right.
Oh.
So now I want to see this move up, this portion up. So I'm going to click on the bottom of it to the top of it because I know that's one piece. And I want to be aware of all the high volume spots. Okay, so that gives me a sense of what am I looking at, where the high volumes are. So there's one area there, that one failed, and there's another area from this top of this range, this congestion. Wherever you have a range, you're going to have a fixed range. You're going to have a high volume, wherever it goes sideways long enough. Does that make sense? So on top of this area, you have this volume cluster. So like, okay, this seems to be a good area. There's the highest volume is down here, but the second highest is up here. It's a good area. Now, why am I not expecting prices to come down here? That would destroy the whole up move. It would become a reversal. Then I don't even want to buy it. It doesn't make any sense. So that's the idea of when you break out of the range, how far do you go? If it goes really far, are you going to pull back in deep or just to the nearest SNR? That's where all the concept comes in is we're not going to make it to that high volume spot. It's not possible. It's too strong the trend. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Okay. So now, so that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a reversal. It's not lopsided. So we're not expecting it to do that and then take off. It's not lopsided. So we need it to do this and then we can take off. So this is primary, gone. That is supposed to be a trade. This is secondary because it needs to give you a test because the buy is not on yet. Okay, and then this needs to chop up in 2 legs. And then you're good. Does that make sense? Okay, so yeah, so if you want to label this, you would basically say, I'm trading New Zealand yen, 240 primary. And then everyone knows exactly what you're doing. They know it's a 240 refresh. They know it's a primary.
And primary basically is trading the V formation itself.
Correct. Grabbing it from the moment it reaches the bottom. But there are times, like in this case, it's just not possible to trade the primary. You just have to let it go. And saying, that's okay, I'll take the secondary.
Okay, and basically a good valid primary is if we look at the 60, it's basically a move down, and then he does his official refresh, and he isn't able to make a new low after 3 legs down.
Correct. Correct. It's like this. You see this movement? That's a daily refresh. So on the daily refresh, you see this part? Then he slows down,
Yeah, it's exactly
slows
that.
down, slows down, low enough price, as if you're buying it right at support. This is primary. By the time you get your next pullback that's broken, it's here. What we are trading is leg 2 of whatever has been going on since here. We're in that story.
Okay, no.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So whoever was in here, they're just holding on. They're like, well, more money for me. They might add, this is a scale in position for them.
Yeah, because the trap.
Oh, like this trap here? Yeah, because the trap, high volume areas, everything, you name it. Support resistance, slow down, 2-legged pullback, minimum, Then all of your knowledge starts to come in at this point. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Normally, I would freak out around here because I would see this on the daily as I think that's a separator right there. That would be a red candle on the daily. And then it's all green again. So I'd be like, I think it's already done 2 legs. Get out.
Okay. I have another question. If can we go to the 60? Because I was actually viewing this as an upcoming 60 setup, because we're basically trading the 4-hour story. This is like the 4-hour story or refresh. But then if we get like this, it's like a 60 setup for a pullback buy, right? It's a setup in a setup.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to stop here. You never know where it's going to go. So how you can do it is if you're expecting a pullback to come in, let's measure it. Let's take this whole portion and be like, all right, let's see. So there's highest volume up here. Where is the next high volume? Down here, right? Down here. So he can easily probe this area also. Whenever you do a trade, whatever you do, primary or secondary, your stop loss has to be below primary.
Okay.
It has to be below primary, which means wherever it initiates from, your stop loss has got to be below that. So even if it comes down to test here, you have to put your stop loss there. So if you know you have to put your stop loss here, you would want to fight for every penny that comes lower, right? And make sure you don't get in too high. Okay. If you're certain that, okay, that was it, and you're in, you can then take a chance and saying, you know what, instead of putting my stop loss here, I'll put it here. Because I got a V reversal out of here. Yeah, what are the chances of it fully V reversing back down? He'll probably go sideways, poke down, and take off again. But he shouldn't do any of that. He should just keep going now because it's a blast mode.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So whenever you have a test down, don't think it's going to stop there. You can do that easily. Just make sure your stop is outside of primary.
Okay.
Because they love to try to test the first initial move. Especially if all the chasers got into that one. I have a strong feeling that they're going to try to test their stop losses. I'm telling you, no one got into that. It's doesn't look right.
It's too fast.
It's too fast, exactly. Okay. What else do we have on the list? So we had Euro New Zealand, Aussie CAD. Okay, so let's flip the scenario now. So let's talk about, so this is for Henning and Lucas, right? You guys are doing conference rooms. So in this concept of, let's say you're doing conference room 60-15, right? And you have this idea of, okay, I know the 4 hour is now officially on. Okay, you don't need to mention anything about the 4 hours. You know it's on. Basically, you know the test can come back to here, right? If that thing begins, you can basically say, whenever this movement is going up and he breaks the session highs, blah blah blah, whatever the case is, any pullback on that on a 15 minutes, which is two-legged pullback, you know, like a deep two-legged pullback, you can say we're going to buy that, because what you're doing is you're trading the two legs up, right?
Yeah.
You can do this portion and saying that's what we're going to monitor for my London session or for my New York session. We have a range, high volume pop. We just need this and we're going to buy it. But you know, in the context, that buy is going to work, period. It's no problem. Because it's running, the trade's running. It's not a guess that hopefully it works. This way you'll increase your accuracy to give them trades that generally always move, always work. Okay. So yeah, New Zealand yen is hot. Mark your charts for New Zealand yen because we're going to get prices down here. Another reason for me saying that is this high volume most likely is not going to let them through. They're going to smash it back down slowly to show that they have no power left, and then it will fly. So this is for New York most likely.
Yeah, a lot of New Zealand and Aussie pairs are doing pretty much the same thing, so that's extra confirmation.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So Aussie CAD. Now this is a 4 hour one, right? So in Aussie CAD, how would we look at this? Primary, secondary. Okay. Now, generally for the primary and secondary, if you get onto the primary and you know it slowed down, it's good enough, I got it, you sit through the secondary. You just take it like a man. You just sit through the secondary saying, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Ah, there we go. Or if you're concerned about it, you can exit and then re-enter.
Yeah.
Same happens for the two legs up thing that we're talking about. There's two approaches to it: exit, rejoin, or scale in. Okay, I will teach you guys the methods of scale in next month, not now. I want you to get really good at either doing this or simply having the power to just say, stand by, hold on. We're going to do the second leg. And if the second leg has complications, we'll get out. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I list my stuff here in the notes sometimes just to keep an idea for me. I go all the way high as the weekly leg 2 is on, which means he's done the primary, he's done the secondary, he's done its first leg up. A leg 2 is still performing or needs to perform. Okay, so leg 2 is like on its way right now. Like it's like that. My daily is secondary. So, on my lower time frame, I'm here. So So what I'm trying to do is take it for my weekly leg 2 up. Okay, and I'm saying grab it from the 240. Okay, I will obviously make this more clear if I'm posting it for you guys so you guys understand it. All right, so yeah, that one I'll explain it to you real quick just to show you why I am on that pair and why I haven't exited yet. Okay, so let's do that one real quick as London's open now, and I'll leave you guys to it. So here we go. Okay, so huge pullback, right? So if I was to look at it from this time frame, whatever this time frame is, okay, just ignore that. Whatever this time frame is, I can see left to right uptrend. I can see MAs pointing up. The benefit of having MAs is to tell you what are the players above me thinking. They're thinking uptrend. Maybe they need a pullback, right? And they probably don't have a pullback. That's why they're just standing by. But they're thinking uptrend also. So what I do is I look at this uptrend. I'm looking for where was my last refresh. I had a last refresh here, right? Goes up,
Yeah.
up, half moon. Okay, but then it resolves. Okay, doesn't mean half moon needs to make a leg 2 down. So don't start counter trending a half moon. It's like, don't do that. That's dangerous. It just means stop the buying. 1 second, sorry. Okay. All right. So yeah, pull back here, half moon resolves. Then pull back here, half moon. Right? Because that's a deep pullback, right? We would still buy that. We make our money, but that half moon says it's over. That means from this moment onwards, because there's no resolve, this time frame, whatever it is, cannot solve it. Game over. You got to go up. So now I'll take you up and you guys talk me through it, okay? I'm going to go up one time frame. So when was the last pullback for this time frame? There, right? He's been going up and up and up and up and up, right?
Yeah.
The problem is when I did that for myself, I was like, okay, I'm going to buy that. That's no problem. I know how to do that. It's so simple. However, I can see this to my left. It's like, I'm part of another story. I need to figure that out to make sure I'm not going to get in the crosswinds of something weird. So I'm like, okay, well, who is this? Who is this circle? And am I buying a half moon? Right? That could be dangerous, right? Like I'm buying something that's about to die. So I read the pullbacks here, pullback there, pullback here, half moon. This time frame cannot solve this. Okay, well, one more time frame higher. Here we go. Here we are on the weekly. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. So a move up. Okay, here's a pullback. It goes up, 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 gets to here. Nice pullback here, primary, runs away like today's market. Secondary, pulls back in very, very deep. One leg up. So now I'm aware. I'm aware I'm in the second leg, but notice where am I in the second leg? So the second leg, I will never be able to read from this time frame. It can only be done from the daily. The one time frame lower. So on the daily, it's the first time he's pulling back after going up so much. Now, tell me this: what type of trade am I actually doing?
Leg 2.
Okay, so is it a leg 2 or is it a secondary?
I think this
It's a secondary, right?
So it's a thing. It's like, is this a move up and a pullback to buy, or is this buy legit and this is now leg 2? Okay, that's one way to look at it. The other way is this buy is not legit. This is a test, and then we have 2 legs up. because this was just a test. Why do you need a test? A test is required if you can't get in. This was a real leg. You can see how it slows down. You can get into that easily. So primary is an actual trade. Your secondary happens to be leg 2. So that's why I know I'm in a weekly leg 2. And I also know, well, if I knew that, I didn't grab the best price on the daily either. So that sucks. But I know the concept of where I am in that whole story. I can trade it and walk away without a scratch. Any 60-minute trades on this is going to fly. Any 15-minute trades on this is going to fly because they're all inside a story that says, buy it all you want, it'll work. So when you understand the idea of pair selection, this, what I'm teaching you guys, is pair selection, is to understand which currency can I trade that will make me money based on how I trade. So the way you trade your normal trend pullbacks or your traps or something like that, you can't just pick any pair and saying, let me just find a trap. It won't work. It needs to be in a setup that is on. If it's not on, the technical analysis will not work. Traps, pullbacks, 2 legs, all that's technical analysis. It won't work if your big boy is not on.
Those are only for execution, right?
Yeah, getting in. This is just execution of, I know what this is, therefore I must get in.
So
Right.
right now, if it's a secondary plus it's a leg 2, this thing has to go. If it fails, then we're
Yeah.
in deep shit.
Yeah, so I'm in the buy. I saw the candle reject last night like that. So I lost half my profits. Now I can close it and take half the money, which is like a couple $1,000 or so. Excuse me, couple $1,000 or something like that. But would you exit right now?
No, it's still green.
Because it's a weekly leg 2, it's like, at the very least, I need to wait one entire weekly candle, which is not until Friday.
Are you going to actually hold on an entire week?
I should hold on at least one additional business day, because if I was a seller, okay, if I was a seller after 3 legs down and this is a sell area, I would need it to slow down. So far he came up strong, then he slowed down, then the sellers came in hot. Could this be the test? Maybe. So that's the concern now, is will they hit the sells now, because it looks perfect for a sell. But from the story left to right and where we are in the big picture, I have to take the chance in saying, either I can book it right now out of fear, or I have to go with the flow to, at times, you see this, that big red bar, and I will get scared. I'll close that and take that profit from here to here. Or I can say, I know the picture I am in, and 9 out of 10 times, I will be able to grab this additional move off of it. Because I just force myself to be like, just, you got to go with it. Worst comes worst, you get break even, who cares? Like,
Trust the system.
yeah, just you got to go with it. You got to go, you know, you've done the research. It's not like you've not done the research and you're just guessing. If you're guessing, yeah, take the money. But if you're not guessing, you've done the analysis, then do the analysis. Yeah, so how we discussed Lucas on the weekend call. Have you guys seen the weekend call I did with Lucas? The weekend pair selection? Right?
Yeah.
So there were some of those pairs we chose. It was like 3 or 4 pairs only. And then last night, all of these other ones flared up suddenly. Right? So you know how I got my attention to it as long as you're staying busy, you'll always get your attention to. I'll show you. So it was when Dave said, I took a sell here. I took a New Zealand USD sell close for 4 hours. And I was like, oh, excellent, 8 hours ago. So I looked at New Zealand USD. I was like, I'm curious. I love my trade talks. So I was like, let me see what this is. So I looked at it. Sorry, here we go, 4 hours. And he's like, I'm like, oh, okay, you did that counter trend sell. Okay, got it. But I'm like, I don't want to sell. I want that friggin' buy. Left to right up, you know, congratulations on your sell, but I want that freaking buy. Like, so that's when I started researching. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, just, you got to post this. This looks really good. So that's when I posted all these buy potentials. So that's, you know, sometimes things just come at you like that. You just don't know. Because when we started the week, we were here, right, Lucas? We were around here somewhere saying, we need a pullback or something. It's too high in the sky. So yeah, every morning we can do these calls, preferably a little bit prior to Frankfurt. We can discuss. You guys should have your analysis ready prior to Frankfurt. Okay, Rowan, that means for you doing it the night before. It doesn't mean you have to wake up even earlier. That it'll drive you nuts to wake up that early.
I think I actually prefer waking up earlier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Pressure.
If you can get it done, well, whichever way. We'll try to meet before Frankfurt. I can get you guys, we can discuss what's hot from the higher perspective. Then we can drill down to what can we do today to make some money? What's hot out there? And then Lucas and Henning, when you're watching this, you guys can take it further to what do we need to display to the conference rooms for them to take within that story. Okay.
Sounds good.
How much percentage does a primary take or a secondary? How do you know how much percentage to put? Like, for example, you saw my Swiss franc yen, right? So now think about it. How much percentage should I put on this? How fresh is this?
Not so fresh.
So it's a weekly leg 2, which means it's on. What does a weekly leg 2 even mean?
Still in for the big boy.
Big boys are still in. That means guaranteed profits almost, right? It's not a guess, right? It's like money on the table. It's like, take it. Daily, I missed the best price, but I'm in on the secondary. As per the daily, my risk has increased because I didn't get the best price. And now I'm suffering through all of this. So the highest percentage would go here, and this would get half of that. So just a quick pop quiz. If you come onto one of your charts, let's say I open pound CAD and I see does this mean, oh, look at that range, look at that break, give me a pullback, I want to buy it? No.
No.
That's too simplistic. You
Doing
can't
a higher time.
ignore the information that was building up before it. Yeah.
So you go up to a higher time frame until you can figure it out, until you see like this.
No. You find the trend. So let's say this is the chart you open today, whatever chart this is. You find the trend. This is the trend. You can clearly see left to right is up. You find the deeper pullback. Like, he went, here's the circle, 2-legged down minimum. Then he goes nonstop till here. Here's the next circle. He fails. Since he failed, no higher high since. you got to go to a higher time frame because this time frame
Okay.
can no longer solve it. So if you see this range and this range has broken, okay, so that can be done if you've solved it. Okay, so if I draw the same design I drew earlier, but instead now I do it like this. Oh, high volume break. If I get a pullback, I'll buy it. Now it's different. Now you have to buy it because you're technically buying leg 2 after the primary has taken off. It's a whole different story.
But it really depends on, let's say this is a 4-hour pullback and now it's pulling back for a leg 2. And if you're like a 15 or lower time frame trader, you can actually catch the primary inside a leg 2. And how much size do you add then?
Ah, okay. So now you're asking now you're thinking like a day trader. That's what a day trader does. He processes all that information at 10x speed. And he says, I don't need to do this very slowly. I can do this 40 times a day.
Yeah, I've been trading the 1 minute.
Sorry?
I've been trading the 1 minute for so
I know how it is. Once you trade a smaller time frame, it's hard to go back up a time frame, but it start higher, come lower later. Like, like what if I give you money, start higher, we'll come to the lower time frames later. Like it's I know the lower time frame you can make money faster. Like don't get me wrong. Right now, the whole goal is I want you to make money safer. Let's get that out of the way. We'll work on the faster part in a bit. But what you said is correct, because that would be a primary for that time frame. And if you're catching it from that time frame, you can even catch 5 minutes next pullback there.
yeah,
Knowing that it can easily get up to here. So if you catch that next 5 minutes with the stop loss here below the primary and a target that is going together with this guy from this higher time frame, it's eclipse on a whole new level.
Okay.
But that requires so much brain power to stay on top of it that because there's now like 6 time frames or something involved. It takes too much brain power.
Okay.
Right. You need to.
Yeah. Have
I9
years of experience to do that.
Yeah. You see, I'm trying to teach you stay on one time frame and then don't switch until you're absolutely sure the candles have closed and you're like, 6 time frames lower. Should I trade that as a 5 minute? Like, don't go that deep, man. That's something that will be later, much later, not now.
Okay.
Now we need to get the ball rolling for you and make sure you make some money. Let's get that started first.
Nice.
You know? Cool. Any questions then on any of this?
I'm sure I will at some point, but
Yeah.
process it all for now.
How would I label this for you guys? What did I trade? How do I write this?
Monthly monthly leg 2 inside
No, but what did I trade?
oh, you're trading the leg 2 how to label it, the daily pullback and then a secondary.
So let me go up. Is it secondary? Remember, did we say it's a secondary?
Oh no, it's a leg 2.
It's a leg 2 because this was easy to grab. People can grab the primary very easily. So the secondary is not secondary, but it's actually leg 2. So now he's gone up, pull back up, pull back up, pull back up. 1 leg down, 2 legs down, grab. So now, what am I actually trading?
Third leg.
Primary of this chart.
Yes, it's a 240 primary. I'm trading a 240 primary. The context I can put in brackets saying daily leg 2. I can go down further and saying weekly leg 2. But what I'm actually trading is a 240 primary. Because it's a 240 pullback that I grabbed. Right? I didn't trade it off the daily. I can't. Like, how do you, if you look at it carefully and just think about it, that red bar, can I grab that red bar where I did? It's not possible. I don't know how to read that.
It's too fast coming down.
Yeah, I can't understand that pullback. It's so fast. I have to read it from the 4-hour time frame. And it's in the 4 hours where I can read the legs. I'm like, okay, he was exhausted on the way up. Then he did a 2-legged pullback. So I can grab that. That I can do. The first leg was so aggressive, like, I'm definitely not touching that. Second leg was aggressive, but slowed. Every step of the way slowed down. My price is not even there. I actually have a 82 price. My price is here somewhere. I don't know why I have this drawn like this. But my price is up there. But I traded a primary. I didn't get a primary price though. But I traded a primary.
Waited for the buyers to show some sort of signs of strength before, like, is that because that
yeah, so when leg 1 came down, so I need 2 legs down, right? After a prolonged up move.
yeah.
It does 2 legs down like this into an area. This time we didn't have that. Okay, let me just do this really fast on this thing. Yeah, so this time we didn't have that. We had prolonged move up, a smash down. We're like, don't touch that. Goes up, 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 up. Is that my leg 2? Nah, it can't be. Okay, here comes my leg 2. So he's smashing down. Don't touch it. Next candle. Okay, he's really small now, but it's solid red. Sellers are still very hot, which means this is not a channel. It's a trend. It's super fast. It's like a bullet. Next candle, green, and a tail this high. Yeah, someone slowed him down dramatically. To get a tail that high, that means price went up that high. So someone hit it from here really, really hard. Next candle, red, tail on the bottom. He's dying. You can proceed to a lower time frame. Get that test. And that's your test. And then the buy takes off. Okay, by doing this, the tails up and down, it went from a bullet trend to a channel. You see the transition? You don't even need to go to a lower time. You can see the transition happening here. But what helps you here is the time. Because you have to wait for each candle to close, you automatically are not getting in early. You're keeping yourself safe by that. Because whenever you get in, because it's primary, where's your stop loss? It's got to be below the primary. If you get in too early, you're stopped out. So whenever you get in, you got to do below the primary. Now, as per the primary, would you say this is secondary, or is that leg 2?
Wait.
That's a bit, right?
We can almost argue some people couldn't get in. Almost. I would be hesitant to clearly say that. So either this could be secondary or it could be a leg 2. What keeps me at peace is whichever way he has this pending, and whichever way weekly is on an up move anyways. So there's that little piece in the back of my mind that it's okay. It's not like you're thinking, did I already do 2 legs up? Is this my 3rd leg that's trying to go up? I'm not worried like that. I'm worried, is it a secondary or is it a leg 2? That's a good position to be in because I'm already in. Okay, so now think about it. How did it react when he smashed down?
Reverse completely.
So that's what we're watching. Stops are not being moved yet. They're still far away outside the barrier. Let him test back down as much as he wants. When that takes off, we can move stops below whatever that spike is. And that would be half R. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a 240 primer, this trade. Now, can you grab that leg 2 or secondary? This can go onto the list, onto, let's say, London. You can say, guys, today we're going to trade Swiss franc yen on the 60. You can say, give me a pullback somewhere in here or here, and we'll buy it. Because he went prolonged legs up, totally 2-legged pullback.